Hey everybody! Today is a day of technology hating me. I've got this going because I use my frigging phone to actually stream from, but I usually monitor the chat on my laptop, which is currently spinning with the blue screen saying, "Just a moment." Like my whole day's been like this. I got into work. Oh, for God's sake. This stupid friggin' thing. Is that plugged in properly? That better be. Hang on a second. Is that actually... I just got a battery warning on my phone, and I'm wondering if it's actually plugged in. If it's actually charging the way it's supposed to. Sorry, hang on. Annoyingly, I'm not drinking this time. Kind of wish I was. I think I'd be justified under the circumstances. Oh, yeah, I'll show you the earrings in a second. They're one of the things I got. What? Hi everybody. So yeah, the earrings. These were sent to me off my wish list. Forgive me, I am going to forget a lot of who sent me what, and I am also not going to remember everything that I was sent or received because my memory is crap. Like, it is legitimately crap. So if I don't name, if I show something that somebody sent me and I don't name who it was from, I'm sorry, but I guarantee you that's going to happen. That's going to be a big part of it. I mean, I just called it the last live stream of the year because it's factually accurate. I've never seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But, I just... What was I even saying? Oh, one of the main thing I was going to do with this was to show off the stuff I got over the holidays. So, you know, the earrings, the gloves, actually. These were in my stocking. The shirt, Metal Knot in the Affairs of Dragons, for you are crunchy and good with ketchup. The flannel shirt I also got. And I can show this off. This I got actually only the other day. So this is designed by Jackson Bird. And it's sort of the Deathly Hallows, but it's flipped upside down with trans stuff worked into it as well. I thought you said the Q&A was the last live stream, so happy there's one more. Well, it was. I thought it was going to be, but then I realized looking at my schedule, like, I could squeeze in one more. This wasn't originally part of my plan. My dad has that shirt with that written on it. To make you feel old. Thanks. I mean, I'm a father too. I should get used to getting compared to dads. Are you excited to see 13 play poker? I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to like any of the little drips and dribbles that have been coming out on... What the friggin' hell? Sorry, hold on. What is going on? What? What? What is... No. Sorry. All right. Just boot up. Damn it. Yep. I don't even know. How would you describe those types of gloves? Steampunk style faux leather. Pleather. These are very much pleather. They look good though, don't they? All right. Oh, my computer works. Okay. I'll be able to catch up and actually keep tabs on the stream in a minute because like I'm getting the live scroll on the phone, but you know they scroll past quickly and then I can't see them anymore. All right. So here's this. There's that. So all right. So I mentioned I am not drinking this time. However, I have a different little bit of fundraising fun. A coworker actually gave me two things. They gave me this, which is a notebook, which makes it my second Harry Potter themed notebook. Why did that just go away? Ticking me off. What is going on with my computer? I can already tell this is going to be the running theme of the entire thing. Why did that just go in sleep mode? I am a jinx on technology. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but that's part of the reason that I am so slow to update to new tech, and I will run my stuff into the ground because it is going to screw up on me in weird and unique ways. And it's somehow more frustrating for that to happen to me on something I just bought as opposed to something that I know is old and has every right to fail. It doesn't owe me anything anymore. I hate buying new tech stuff because it's going to screw up on me in weird, bizarre ways that nobody can ever account for. Like, I'm not going to say that these things fail on me in ways that are impossible. They're obviously possible. They happen to me. But, like, I'll look up solutions like, oh, just do this. Well, I can't because this thing isn't functioning. Oh, well, that's not normal. That's my life and technology. And now this friggin'... okay. What is... I'm going to have to replace this laptop at some point. It is not new. It is, yeah, and I do feel a little bit like the guy from Good Omens. Anyways, why is the... I can't even get the dang thing to reboot properly right now. What is... okay. Is this now working? Yes. No. Maybe. Go to hell. Perks of being married to a techno-magus. Yeah, you're very lucky. I don't like computers. They're rough, hard, and of course it gets everywhere. Yes, that is exactly. So the other thing my coworker gave me was Bertie Botts every flavor beans. So last live stream, I took a shot for every certain amount of super chat sent my way. This time, how many of these are there in this thing? Servings, 1, 2, 2, 2. I don't know how many there are in here. But what I'm gonna do this time, because I'm not drinking, I have stuff to do after this live stream's over. For every super chat donation, I will blindly pick out one every flavor bean. I am going to use the guide to figure out what the heck I just picked, but whatever it is, I will eat it. So there's our little crowdfunding way you can torture me this time. So you can't make me drunk this time, but maybe you can make me vomit, or at least taste a bean that is flavored like vomit. Awesome side view on the pictures you posted on Instagram. In my own words, too hot for YouTube. Also got some Hedwig slippers, and they are awesome. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that goes up on the Instagram is would get me swiftly demonetized on this platform. That's what you get with the varied interests. My mother gave me those Bertie Botts for Christmas. She never gives me fandom-related stuff, so yay. Oh, that's cool. If you were a companion to the Doctor, which Doctor would you travel with? I travel with 13, and she's my favorite Doctor. I mean, probably 11. I think we'd get along the best, even though 11 isn't my favorite Doctor. You've done a ranking of the Doctors, Companions, Masters, and TARDISes. Will you ever do a ranking of the Sonics? Yeah, eventually. But which list or ranking video I do is voted on by the Patreon supporters. I give them some options, and they pick which one they want me to do. Sonic Screwdrivers has been offered a few times. They've opted for other stuff, so I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. Alas, earwax, best quote from Harry Potter. Did you watch The Witcher yet? Oh my God, no. Like, between the holidays and me trying to get caught up, because I've been behind on my schedule since the summer. It's just, no, I haven't. I would like to, but I haven't. I thought we had a Sonic list. Nope. Ranking the Doctors here. Oh boy, here we go. Thank you, Zandir. Let's get this started. Nathaniel, I wanted to say thanks for putting my doll on display on your shelf there. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Yes! Yeah, that's... Okay, so... Whoa. I dropped one. I don't know where it went, so I'm not going to dig for it. It's blue. What might that be? That might be blueberry. It might be watermelon. I think the blue ones are fairly safe. That's blueberry. Cool. Blueberry is a flavor that should happen more, actually, in candies. Mandalorian finale. Yes, I need to get to that, too, and then figure out if I'm going to do an overall review of the season. Ever going to go to Galaxy's Edge? I heard it's really good. I have no idea, man. I can't afford to go to Disney World. Thank you, Sophie. I'm tired, but before I go, eat a bean. All right. Pink. What are the possibilities of pink? Well, it's probably candy floss. Yep, I'm lucking out so far. That luck won't hold. Have you ever seen a show called The In-Betweeners? No, but I've heard of it. Okay, hashtag make Joel a moderator. All right. Here you go, my friend. You've more than earned it. I actually meant to do it before, but there we go. Thoughts on Cats making $7 million? That's my thoughts on Cats making $7 million. Who thought that was gonna make its money back for the way they chose to make it? Oh my God. Most anticipated release of 2020. Not gonna answer that because there's gonna be a video with that exact topic next week, week after, next week or two. Let's see. Just dropped out of the Man in High Castle for this live stream. Hello all. Well, welcome, Cassie. Probably nostalgia for the Broadway show. The thing is, a concept like Cats only works on stage. I would actually argue it doesn't work at all. I don't get the appeal of the stage show. But at the very least, what I will grant Cats is that on a stage, seeing it live, the spectacle of it, and seeing the dance and the movement especially being performed at that level in front of your eyes by real human beings going, wow, what amazing things the human body is capable of, and such beauty and movement, is completely lost when you do it on film because A, the exact same things can be accomplished through camera trickery, and B, you replace them all with CGI cats so it doesn't look real anyways. What were they thinking? Will you watch the new Sonic movie when it comes out? Maybe if I need a laugh. Gonna rank lightsabers or something like that? I mean, probably not. I'm not sure I am invested enough in the minor differences in the handles and the half dozen different colors we've actually seen on film. I wish I smoked weeds because I would love to watch Cats while super high. I actually would be terrified to watch Cats while on anything even vaguely mind affecting. I loved you and Crispy Pro's YouTube rewind video. That was a lot of fun. I like Crispy, and I like his sense of humor. So that was good stuff. Have you tried the Harry Potter jelly slugs? Excuse me. They taste good and are less likely to get bad flavors. No, I don't know them. I think a Cats movie could have worked, and in live action too. But how they did it, I need a stiff drink after seeing it, and I don't drink. Most wasted actor or concept in Doctor Who? I don't know. Like, I'd have to think on that, which means I'm not going to get to it. Thank you, Aaron. Let's see what we get. That's, oh boy, that's white and yellow. So that might be lemon. That might be earwax. Oh, I just dropped one too. All right. We'll see. Oh! Oh, that's earwax. Oh! Oh, God. Ah! Oh, I should have had something to spit this out in. Oh, God. Alas, earwax. Oh. Do I ever plan to do another Buffyverse video? Maybe, eventually, I'm sure. It's not high on my list because Passion of the Nerd is kind of putting any thoughts that I have to shame. So, at least it's not P. Look, here's what I want to know. Who are the poor suckers who have to taste test these things compared to the real thing to ensure that they've got it close? No spit takes. I have not committed to that. I'm not promising no spit takes. Some of these, if they go bad on me, I might spit them out. So I am not pledging no spit takes. I will try because I didn't bring anything to spit them out into. Oh, I was going to show you more stuff that I got. All right, so what my kid got me, my cup of tea. It's actually a thing for loose leaves, or could just use it as any given tea mug. So that was really nice. I don't know how well it'll show up on there, but it's kind of got this pearlescent lighting effect on it, which is really cool and very pretty. So there's that. That was fun. Because for some reason I always end up with random electronic gadgets, I now have a remote control thing, which goes stupid fast, this thing. Like, it kind of scares me how fast this thing goes, and because it's bouncing off walls pretty much immediately. What else we got? Oh, the most exciting thing that I got for Christmas, socks! Lots of socks. I don't know why I felt the need to share that, but yeah. This is fleece lined. Because I need some way to keep my feet warm when I have to go out and shovel. If you could have any companion return to me, the 13th Doctor, who would you want to return? I think Ace would be cool. Ace is probably top of my list right now. I got the invisibility cloak for Christmas. How would we know? I got socks too, based on Hasbro games. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, I got an aloe body bar. Yes, I'm sharing with you the boring stuff too. Don't you feel fortunate? What else we got? Oh, this was exciting. Should they make a dogs movie? Andrew, go in the corner. Think about what you just did. This was exciting for me. I got unicorn snot. This stuff's great. This is glitter gel, which should be in the repertoire of any burlesque dancer or stripper or pole dancer or anyone who's going to be exposing a fair amount of skin should have this on hand. You don't always want to use it because sometimes sparkle isn't what you're going for, but good stuff. Good stuff to have. Did you know they really have an invisibility cloak in the Harry Potter Museum? Excuse me, in London. I didn't even know there was a Harry Potter museum. And now I get hiccups. This is my life somehow. Already on it, should I write lines with Umbridge's pen too? Don't tempt me. So I got sent this from Nick. This is the Joker as seen from Justice League Action, and fairly posable as well. Although I will admit it disturbs me slightly that his hands are in this motion, and he can so easily be set up with his hands like right there. Yeah, I feel like somebody didn't really think too hard about designing this thing. Off-topic question, is Attack of the Clones more enjoyable bad than The Phantom Menace? The Phantom Menace is taking me and my brother multiple days to finish. I actually don't know. Attack of the Clones is the only Star Wars movie... no, it's one of 2 Star Wars movies that I have only seen once. The other being The Last Jedi. There's a scene in Cats where you can hear dogs barking in another room, and now I'm just walking away wondering what on earth they're supposed to look like in this monster reality. What's your Instagram? My Instagram is Vera Wild. I don't have Council of Geeks on Instagram. Somebody else has it. But Vera Wild, VERAWYLDE, because I had to spell it super pretentious. Would you like to suggest a better, more interesting plot for Cats? No, because Cats doesn't have a plot. That's another thing that you can really only kind of get away with in theater, to just immerse yourself in the experience for 2 hours and not need a plot or character arcs or anything that we would normally associate with good storytelling. You can't get away with that in film. You really can't. How do you watch Doctor Who on catch-up? Do you have BBC iPlayer in the US? I do not. I actually need to... I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to subscribe to HBO's new thing to get Doctor Who. So, that'll be fun. Cats act horny and ascend to the end. Cats 2019. Cats movies looks freakish. People joke that furries made it, but let's face it, the designs would have been much better and less horrifying if furries designed them. I would bet money that a lot of furries would say this movie gives them a bad name. I've been watching The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and it's actually far better than I remember it. I remember that being quite good. Because Ben, friggin' whoever. Classic Who is on BritBox. I know that. I have BritBox. Should Star Wars be remade starring cats? Oh, God. You people are going to give me nightmares. Bless your hearts, all of you. But seriously. Speaking as a furry, I can say that most of us hate the Cats movie just like you normies. Good to know. I suspected as much. The cats in the film look almost as disgusting as the original Sonic design. At least the original Sonic design didn't act horny on top of everything else. We need a Muppet Star Wars movie. Ooh. They could do that too. Because Disney owns both of them at this point. Can I come out of the corner now? Yes, but you have to behave. Okay, new movie remake idea, Joker, but with cats. So it wouldn't be Joker, it would be Grumpy Cat, the movie. Opinion on The Cursed Child. Jonathan Carlin says, works better as a play than a book. The problems are less annoying in the play. I mean, I've read it, and I highly suspected that would be the case. Because I remember reading it, and thinking, I bet you on stage, this looks phenomenal. Because it's very clear reading the stage directions. It is a spectacle show. The way something like Wicked or Phantom of the Opera are spectacle shows. And both of those, if you were to read them with a literate eye as a script, would not work nearly as well as they do on stage. I suspect it's the same thing for The Cursed Child. However, they released the Cursed Child script, sold it as a book, as if it was a book, and so they therefore opened themselves up for it to be judged that way. I'm not even sure how well it would hold up as a play. I do suspect it is better to see on stage than to read. But even as a play, I'm like, 4 acts? Who writes a 4-act play? Are you freaking kidding me? Do you like Billie Eilish? I don't know Billie Eilish aside from the Bad Guy song, and I only know that one. Excuse me. Because the burlesque troupe I'm involved in did a group number to it. So I don't know her stuff. It must be unique then in not liking the cats and not thinking the cats look horrible. I actually like the look of them. I don't know if you're unique. You're a minority, which is fine. A Cats movie where they are all Chewbacca's and they all speak like Chewbacca. Oh dear. I saw Rise of Skywalker on opening night. I gave it an 8 out of 10 when I left the theater, but I get a 7.5 out of 10 now. It's the most Star Wars-y of the new trilogy. I did enjoy Rise of Skywalker. It's very fanficky, though, especially in the third act. Like, the climax is, like, straight out of fanfic. It's ridiculous. I've been looking up some Star Wars EU stuff, and to be honest, the plots and characters sound more interesting than the Disney trilogy, especially Mara Jade and Kyle Katarn. And Liz is super annoyed that Mara Jade is no longer canon. Like, she's legitimately ticked by that fact. But, like, for my part, I just don't care. I never have. I mean, a big part of why I never got into the extended universe was surroundedly Return of the Jedi, as far as I was concerned. Not necessarily for the universe and the world, but for these characters. That's the end of the story I cared about. That's the end of what should be the biggest story in their lives. Anything else that happens after that is going to feel small by comparison, or they're going to try and make it feel as big, and that just feels cheap. So that's why I never got into the EU. It's why I think the new trilogy would have done better doing less with the original cast than they did. At least they didn't go with the original cut of Rise of the Skywalker where Palpatine blows up the Falcon when he does the Force lightning. Do you have a source on that, or is that just latest rumor stuff? Did not like Rise of Skywalker, one of the only Disney films I have not liked. Pity. I couldn't help but smile when Chewie got the medal. Oh, that was also super fanficky. Like, oh look, and now Chewie finally gets a medal for all those fanboys who said Chewie never got a medal. Like, it's such fan service. That moment. Okay, Luigi. It's such a fan service moment because it's something that fans have been saying, why didn't Chewie get a medal at the end of the original Star Wars film? But, like, nobody else noticed or cared. It's just so, it's such a pedantic thing. Feel free to hate me, but Harry Potter or Doctor Who? Doctor Who. Like, if I have to have one, that's what I'll take. The Muppets in Amadeus. Oh, that would be very cool. Dr. Teeth as Mozart. I would say Gonzo should be Mozart. All right, what do we... Oh, God, no. Oh, God, what is that? This is either Tutti Frutti or it's vomit. Oh, God. Oh, that's Tutti Frutti. Oh, okay. Imagine the Doctor going to the cat's planet. Oh dear God. Sorry. Ray calling herself. Oh, okay. Forgive me. I'm not gonna read that because that is a spoiler. I'm not gonna read it out loud. It reminded me of a fangirl changing their surname to a celebrity's on social media. It was a little bit, and I saw, or I didn't see. I listened to a podcast actually today that said for that final scene, it should have been Kylo Ren because it would have fit and made a lot more sense for him to have had that moment and that closer than it would have for Rey. God, I keep losing these things. Okay, what do we? All right, that's a pink speckled again. So I think that's Tutti Frutti again. I think I lucked out. I gotta pick up these ones I'm dropping. Hang on. Yeah. All right, get back in the box. You're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you. May the odds ever be in your favor. Muppets in Chernobyl. I still haven't seen Chernobyl. Do you think they should stop making Star Wars movies for a while? Yes. And I think they will. For my money, we don't get another Star Wars theatrical release for 4 years. They'll stick to Disney Plus. They'll bring back Clone Wars. Maybe there'll be another season of The Mandalorian failing. I mean, there'll be the Cassian Andor series that they're working on. That's where Star Wars is going to be for a while. They're going to keep it out of the theaters for a while. Did your parents ever have an alt name for you before you were born? No. My mother always intended my name to be Nathaniel because she knew she was going to have a boy because my mother's a witch. And she focused her energy on having a boy and had absolutely no doubt that that was what was going to happen. So there's that tidbit for you. She did not have a backup name. What's your opinion with the Jedi voices? I mean, I have my issues with it a little bit. If you watch the video I did on the Jedi a couple days ago, in that the tone of the moment kind of doesn't match a lot of sort of what the franchise as a whole seems to have been saying about the Jedi overall. But in isolation, I actually really like it. I think it's really cool. And especially how many I recognized. Have you watched the His Dark Materials TV show? I haven't yet. I need to. I've been commissioned to, so I need to get to that. That's actually one of the things I hope to get to this weekend. I think the only extended universe factor that I think Star Wars fans should know is the survival of Darth Maul because he's a character in the cinematic universe. Well, yeah, but his returning and friggin' and I know he came back in was it Clone Wars, but like them inserting him into Solo was really stupid. Really, really, really stupid. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? It really depends on my mood. That's true of a lot of flavors in general. But mint chocolate chip is kind of a standard go-to for me. Are you going to watch X-Men or have you already? I haven't yet. I've heard enough good things that I might. No promises on a video because at this point I'm not timely with it. So we'll see. What do you consider canon in Doctor Who? I know you listen to the audios. Do you consider those canon? So here's the thing with Doctor Who. And I actually consider this to be the case with any multimedia franchise. Every franchise of that nature, be it Star Wars, be it Doctor Who, be it Star Trek, whatever, where it appears in multiple mediums, and one is not necessarily a reboot or reinterpretation of the other, which is what you get with like comic book movies. All of those have a primary medium, the main thing that they are. Usually the first thing that it was. So in the case of Star Wars, that's films. In the case of Star Trek, that's TV. Same with Doctor Who. So in my mind, those kinds of franchises everything is canon with an asterisk. Basically, you rank, and certain things trump. So using Doctor Who as the example, TV series is the ultimate canon. That is what everything else derives from. And then everything basically ranks under that. The books, the comics, the audios, they are canon so long as they are not contradicted by the TV show, because the TV show gets to trump everything. And the reason I treat canon that way is because that's effectively how it is for the writers. Because, the writers for something like the comic books, like the Big Finish audio, they are trying to keep in canon relative to the TV show. But the TV show is not trying to keep in canon with them. So the TV show, the people who make the TV show don't care if something they do contradicts a comic book issue or a bit of Big Finish audio, because they get to set the standard. Since that's how I know it works in the actual creative process, that's how I also treat canon. Oh, let's see. What's your favorite Doctor Who book that has come out this year? I love Secrets of Vault 13. I've never read a Doctor Who book. Why do I have like hiccups every 5 minutes? I get a hiccup. Would you consider Doctor Who shows like Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures as canon? Yes, so long as they don't contradict the main show, which again trumps them. Oh, hold on. I had other stuff to show you. What's your favorite Torchwood or Sarah Jane Adventures story? Well, the best Torchwood was Children of Earth. Sarah Jane, I don't know. I only ever watched the first 2 seasons, and I never rewatched any of them, and it was years ago, so I don't very particularly close to remember a lot of the details of the Sarah Jane stuff at this point. I meant the HBO series on Watchmen. You should check it out. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I've seen the movie. The movie's awful. But no, I haven't seen the show yet. Anyways, here, what else have I got? I got The Misadventurers, an almost epic tale by Stephen Partridge. It was a very nice person. And I also got Volume 4 of Rat Queens. God, this book's fun. It's so much fun. It's so freaking obscene. Opinion on 11 in Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't know, because he showed up in Series 3. I only saw Series 1 and 2. Got some Miles Morales Origin comics for Christmas. The last comics I read were Venom from the 80s, which is nice because these have way more depth. Yeah, I was a big sucker for Venom in the 90s, but he was not deep. I think Zack Snyder film of Watchmen is better than you give it credit for. Have you just seen the director's cut? No, and I don't care. Because the problem with the Zack Snyder Watchmen is that Watchmen is one of those pieces of work that was so specifically tailored to the medium that it was released in, monthly comic books in this case. It was so specifically tailored to play to the strengths and what works in the comic book medium. And Alan Moore, particularly at that point in time, understood comics in a way almost nobody else, including Alan Moore now, has understood comics before or since. What they were capable of, what you could do with them, what worked, how things flowed. You need to realize an Alan Moore comic strip was not just the dialogue with like, and this kind of happens. He would detail literally everything on the panel down to a little thing in the corner with exact writing on a headline in a newspaper. That is how exact Alan Moore scripted Watchmen. That thing is dense as hell in a way that does not properly translate to film. And here is why I do not like, in fact, I kind of hate the Zack Snyder Watchmen movie. It is so slavish to the original text, and you think that would preserve it but it doesn't, because that original work was not meant to be a film. And when you translate it that directly, the things that were tailored to the original medium now don't function as well. And they didn't have the balls to say, we have to change this to make it work as a film. And maybe there would have been no way to properly change it to have it work as a film and still have it be identifiable as Watchmen. That is a distinct possibility, in which case, from any artistic perspective, you don't make that film. It's very in-depth for me to explain exactly how Watchmen's slavishness screws up the story in terms of it being an adaptation. However, I will give you a much simpler example from another movie to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Into the Woods. Okay, William, I do see it. Give me a minute. I'm on a roll here. Into the Woods was originally a play, and then it was a film released to theaters. Now, that play was designed for stage in a very specific way because it took advantage of a specific thing that happens in theater that doesn't happen in any other medium anymore. That's the intermission. The way that play was written and intended and designed is Act 1 ends, and it ends in a big happily ever after song. The play is about fairy tales, and it has Rapunzel and the big bad wolf and all these things, going on, and everything seems like it's at a happy ending, and then there's the act break. So you have intermission, you get up, you stretch, you go to the bathroom, and during the intermission you go, wait a minute, and it sinks in. If that was the happy ending, what's going to happen in Act 2? And it prepares you for the severe gear shift that story takes in Act 2. Whereas, when they made the film, there's no intermission. There's nothing to cushion the gear shift, and it's just jarring as hell. Because the original was tailored to the medium it was originally told in, and when they adapted it to film, they kept something intended to work in another medium that doesn't work in film. And I use that example because it's a much simpler one that I can do rather than trying to tackle Watchmen, because Watchmen is complicated and so exceptionally dense. To try and explain it, you have to go back and analyze the original thing, which much smarter people than me have spent literally hours doing. Well, I would say, weeks, months, years doing in hours worth of videos or podcasts or what have you. But that in a nutshell, even though I'm using an example from another film, that in a nutshell is why I hate Watchmen. Okay. There we go. Oh boy. For movies and TV shows, do you buy DVDs or Blu-rays, or do you prefer digital media streaming like Vudu, Netflix, Hulu, etc.? I am perfectly happy with streaming. If I like something enough that I want to ensure that I can watch it whenever I want to in the future, I will get it physically. So, like, for example, I had this on my Christmas wish list. I did get Doctor Who Series 11, which for all my reservations about it, I wanted to be sure I had. That's my one problem with digital media. It can vanish. If you don't own it physically, oh my God, it can be taken away from you. And I hate that. Like, on principle, I hate that. So, okay. I gotta shake it again because I looked. No, that's either gonna be lemon or earwax. Oh, God, that's earwax again. Oh! Ugh. Oh, God. Oh, I actually like the Into the Woods movie. Thanks, undercut my point. Do you miss appointment television at all? I really don't. I never liked that. Will you wear a tux or something like that when reviewing Spyfall? No, I don't own a tux. If I did, I totally would, but I don't. Have you seen the 10th Doctor meets the Muppets on stage? Yes! I have seen that. I saw that earlier this year. Somebody sent me a link to it. Okay, here we go. I swear to God if I get another earwax. Oh, that looks like watermelon. Oh, that's watermelon. I don't even especially like watermelon as a jelly bean flavor, but that's just a relief. What is the most surprisingly good thing, movies, books, whatever you've been commissioned to do? Surprisingly good was Titans, season 1 of Titans. I didn't think I was going to like it. The guy who commissioned me to review it didn't think I was going to like it. He actually basically paid me to rip into it. But I didn't, and I ended up really enjoying it. That one was surprising. There were more than a few that were like, I've never even heard of this. And, you know, but that's less surprising because I didn't have any reason to believe they wouldn't be good. But Titans, I did not think was going to be good. And I really did like that first season. I still haven't seen the second one, but what can you do? I wish green apple flavor was in Bertie Botts. I think it is. Yeah. Because the green ones are either grass or green apple. I'd love to see you in a tux. Honestly, I'd kind of like to see me in a tux. Got Titan season 1 for Xmas. Cool. Have you tried chocolate frogs yet? Yes. Actually, I had a coworker give me one of those before. Any upcoming Classic Who reviews for the podcast? Yes, I am. I am now behind. It's going to be Black Orchid, but I haven't gotten to it yet. I feel Doctor Who makes it work better than Star Wars and Star Trek media because of the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff aspect. I mean, that helps, but that just has to do with how pedantic your fan base is. And I think just because Doctor Who plays a little bit more fast and loose, especially than something like, say, Star Trek does, I think the fans are a bit more forgiving. How to be a moderator. All I need to do is ask if I can be one. A little more to it than that, because the moderators I have are people who I've known for a little bit, at least through the online space, and have reason to trust. The audio commentary for Black Orchid is amazing. I'm not sure I'll get to that, but hold on, what else have I got? Oh, I got for my ancient ass PS3, I got XCOM. Add that to the pile of games that I haven't played and keep saying I will someday. I bet you I won't. I've got games from my PS1 that I never got around to playing because I kept putting them off or didn't have time, and then eventually got a PS2 and I never went back to them. There are also some games from my PS2 that are like that too. I've done it repeatedly now. I hope you have a great new year. Looking forward to what you're going to have on the channel going forward. Cheers. Thank you very much, Valerie. What do you think Sarah Jane's reaction to 13 would be? I think she'd probably laugh. I also have a PS3. Will you be coming back to Newfound Courage? Yes. I need to do a final installment of that Let's Play. But again, it's time. I need to get ahead. I need to get ahead of my docket because, like I said, I haven't been since the summer because I had family vacation and then Terrificon in fairly rapid succession within like 2 or 3 weeks of each other. And as a result, you know, I built up a backlog. Don't eat a bean. If it's nasty, I'll feel bad. If it's nasty, I won't blame you. But I think everyone else expects me to. But I had I had, you know, built up kind of a backlog, you know, a cushion to accommodate those vacations. But I haven't rebuilt that since then. I've been like riding it really close to the edge since then. If you have Super Smash Brothers Melee somewhere on that pile, I'll buy it off you. I'm desperate to not spend $50 on a 17-year-old game. I do have Melee. I wasn't planning on selling it though. Would you ever do a meet and greet? I mean, yeah, I suppose. Oh dear. Oh dear. What is this? That might be sausage. That might be black pepper. Oh God. Okay. Would I ever do a meet and greet? Sure. But I mean, it would have to be like to something I was already going to. Because like, I live in the middle of friggin' nowhere. So like, I'm going to Gallifrey 1 in February. I know of at least one person who I know through this and the internet spaces who's going to be there. And I plan to meet them and hang out. I will see if enough other people are going to be there, like doing some kind of meet and greet. Yeah, but otherwise, you know, just look for me on the floor. Are you hyped for Spyfall? Big shout out from Brazil. Thank you, Brazil. I'm pleasantly optimistic. Hyped. I'm not quite there, but okay. Huh. It might have been dirt. It's not awful, it's just weird. Where are you from? I live in Northeast Vermont. Why do you think it worked to say the Brigadier passed away in the show, and why wouldn't it work if they did it for another character, like, say, Sarah Jane? The thing was, the Brigadier, it was kind of a case of that was all that they could do, and it shouldn't have come down to that because, you know, Nicholas Courtney was alive while the new show was going on. He made an appearance on the Sarah Jane Adventures, but, you know, they were never able to get him, you know, timing, health, etc. They were never able to get him on for the main show, and that was kind of the loss. So, I'm not saying that you couldn't do some acknowledgement of the passing of Elizabeth Sladen, and saying that Sarah Jane passed away, but it doesn't feel as necessary because she got to come back on the show and her character kind of had her goodbyes, at least to the Doctor, whereas the Brigadier never did. 13 would want that dirt-flavored bean. It takes you away. I once tried sweets that were watermelon flavored, but we all agreed they tasted more like cucumber. I like cucumbers, actually. They're crisp and fresh. Cucumber water is actually kind of amazing. What is your favorite musical? Mine's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh boy. I don't know. Where did I put that? There's my water. Would you cast Tom Ellis as Doctor Number 14? I'm not sure I know who Tom Ellis is. But anyway, favorite musical. I don't know. Like, I like Rocky Horror a lot. I like Repo the Genetic Opera a lot. For stage, I love Next to Normal. I want to be in that place so bad. Would you cast Charles Dance as the Master? I feel like, honestly, that's too obvious. I'd love to have Charles Dance on the show, but have him turn out to be a super trustworthy and upstanding guy. That's what I would like them to do with Charles Dance. Tom Ellis' Lucifer on Netflix. Oh, I don't like Lucifer. And I'm not going to say he's a bad actor. I'm sure he's fine. He did nothing for me at all. And it didn't help that it really felt like he was trying desperately to, worm his way into everyone's hearts and pants. And I'm just standing here like, I can see why other people do, but nah, pass. Hitchhiker's Guide and Doctor Who, same universe. I actually do plan to devote a video to that one of these days. I might end up having that be next year's Towel Day. It's talking about the connections and seeing, and I don't know if I'll make the case for them actually being the same universe, because there's multiple ways you can go about that. Once you start looking into the ways in which reality functions in each of those, maybe they are. It's arguable. I'm gonna tackle that one of these days. What is it? Orange? What's orange? Oh no. Cherry? Maybe. Don't. Who plans to watch The Witcher? That's a mouthful. Okay. I'm really scared this is vomit. If it is, I'm spitting it out. And apologies in advance. It takes a second. That's the worst part. God. Oh. Ugh. This was the moment where he knew he effed up. Yeah, I effed up bad. Oh, God. Cool. It lingers. God. It's like really throwing up because it friggin' lingers. God. Out of the different cons you've gone to, which of you had the most comfortable experiences at? Easy access, breathing room, etc. Honestly, I really enjoyed Vermont Comic Con, but it does appear that is over now. They didn't have one this past year, and I don't see any plans for them to bring it back. For me, that was just a really nice, small, but well-organized little con, and I really did enjoy it. Between Boston and Terrificon, which are the other ones I've gone to, I favor Terrificon. Boston was a little overwhelming. Have you seen Gavin and Stacey? It's such a good show. I did about 4 episodes of Gavin and Stacey. It wasn't clicking for me. Have you seen Doctor in Distress? No. I feel like you need a palate cleanser after the horrible flavored beans. I'm going to need something. Do you mind if I ask your pronoun preferences? I know you've said in the past you're gender fluid. I'd like to show your channel to people without misgendering you. Here's the funny thing about gender fluid. You kind of can't misgender me. It's funny, especially like now, because on Twitter and things like that, I can look at it, and so many people have their pronouns like just in their Twitter profile up at the top. And I feel like a bit of a jerk for not having mine there. But at the same time, the honest to God truth is they're situational. That's the nature of gender fluid. My sense of self changes. And I do not expect anybody to keep up with me and to adjust for my internal feelings, because there isn't always a visual cue for you, especially these days. Used to be, not all that long ago, your main cue was whether or not I wore lipstick. Which, first of all, I get the question, and actually fairly regularly in the comments, are you wearing lipstick? No, I've actually yet to wear lipstick in a normal video on this channel. I've worn it a couple of live streams, but that was like with full makeup. You couldn't miss it. But I don't wear lipstick on here. My lips are just really red. But that was, I used to tell people that was the clue. If I'm wearing lipstick, use female pronouns. But at this point, I present blended so often. You know, hair down, dangly earrings, these kinds of things. Like, and the other thing is, I don't even have a strong preference. Despite my own meandering sense of self, I'm just not bothered. So what I tell people when it comes to my pronouns is, say whatever makes the most sense in your head. And just go with that. You won't offend me. What is your Twitter? @Council of Geeks. Thank you for all your great videos. Sorry if this has been asked already. But what thing surprised you the most, good or bad? Looking forward to stuff in 2020. Like, broadly speaking, I don't even know. That's too broad a category. How did you decide your name to name your channel Council of Geeks? Well, because originally it was a series of scripted shorts about 3 friends, and they were the Council of Geeks. And I kept the name because I liked it, and because I tried to regularly be doing roundtable discussions with other people, which got tough to wrangle. And at this point, as was suggested by a commenter, I don't know, about 2 years ago, you folks are the council. You know, the viewers, the subscribers, the commenters, supporters. And I've latched on to that. It's not why I originally picked the name, but I've adopted that. Number 1 celebrity, dead or alive, you'd spend an entire day with. Mir Naloy at a martini bar. What happened to the other Council of Geeks? Well, if you're going back to the scripted shorts, one of them moved to the Caribbean, and the other is barely reachable through like any means. He's not on social media. I see him like down at the farmer's market sometimes. He's a blacksmith and he sells stuff there. As far as the folks who are on the logo, being Paul, because there's Liz, who has appeared some this year. Then there's Paul and Ryan, and they both had kids. They've got kids. I've got a kid. Everyone's got day jobs. Schedule wrangling is a bit tough. Change direction there after a pause. Does alcohol affect your gender? No. Interesting question, though. I had to pause and think about that, because I had to think, does it? No, it doesn't. Like, what I'll prefer to drink might shift depending on where my sense of gender already is, but drinking itself won't push me in one direction or the other. Did Ryan show up at least once this year? I think he did, Carolyn. I think he showed up near the start of the year. Best Scrooge. The Disney animated Scrooge. Why would you ask? Oh my God, if in Spyfall we get a drunk 13. So, I think if Babu Frick is our god, if you don't accept that, I will kill. Oh dear. So, I'm actually going to wrap it up. What to expect during a John Barrowman panel? Lots of cursing. The man swears very, very casually. How old were you when you came to terms with that you were gender fluid? All right. That's the last one I think I'm going to answer, and then I'm gonna bow out. That is a difficult question to know how to answer because I didn't adopt gender fluid as a label till about 3 years ago or so. I think it was 3. It was about 3. But I mean, before that, I identified it as a cross-dresser, and I came to terms with that in my early 20s. So, you know, my sense of self keeps changing, and I have to roll with it as it goes. But I've never really had major stages of denial at any point in this whole thing. So, cheers, everybody. It's friggin' beans, man. I tell you what, if you people got enough of a kick out of it, I'll set the box aside and save them for another time. Ugh. God, this stuff's evil. Evil, these things. I literally stopped watching the last episode of the second series of You on Netflix for this. Always worth it. Now eat the last bean. Oh, you... oh, that's watermelon. Ah, I'm safe. All right. Beans are being saved. Moved over there. I didn't even show like off all the stuff that I got. I got new slippers that I'm wearing. Yeah, there was the doll that Zandir made for me. Look familiar a little bit? And it was good stuff. I had a good Christmas. As I usually do. Christmas is a good time of year for me. But thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a good weekend. Have a good new year. Be safe. Have a good time, but be safe. Wait, one more bean just for me to do it for the Flying Muffins. Pay me, dude. You want me to eat a bean, you pay me. But have a great new year, everybody. Enjoy Spyfall. Thank you. I certainly hope that I will. So, just remember, folks, you are beautiful. You are valid. You are loved. You are the council. I'm just running meetings. Everybody have a happy new year.